Hey everybody, it's Jason with the Boardgame Mechanics, and today we're going to take a look at a game called Yggdrasil. Yggdrasil is a game published by Ludonaut and Z-Man, designed by, I'm going to say these names incorrectly, please forgive me in advance, Cedric Lefebvre and Fabrice Rebelling. I'll just show you. I'll also flash it on the screen. I'm terrible with names, absolutely awful. The game plays 1 to 6 players in 90 minutes, ages 13 plus. What you're doing in this game, let's see if there's information in the book. Yggdrasil, the terrible steed, a cosmic ash tree that supports the 9 worlds, is in jeopardy. As the Ragnarok approaches, you, mighty among the Aesir and Vanir gods, have to face the relentless advance of evil forces. You must sacrifice everything to prevent evil from destroying Yggdrasil. The last battle, predicted since the dawn of time, is starting now. So, Norse mythology, we are taking on one of the roles of the gods, the good guys, defeating the bad guys, Loki, Fenrir, Surt, Hel, and a couple others that I'm not going to try to pronounce their name. And you're trying to do that cooperatively before either too many bad guys advance and get stronger. That's it. Or if we can last just long enough where nobody gets strong enough but we run out of cards, we win the game. That's it. So if you want to see how that works, you can click the link in the video description. That'll take you to a playthrough of, I don't know, like 8 rounds or so. 4 rounds, 8 turns, I believe. And then otherwise, you can just stay here and we'll take a look at the components. All right, so the components are pretty old school Euro game in this. It's got really nice cards. They're not linen finish or anything, but you're really not doing a lot with them. They're just a deck. But I really like the art. There's Hel. I didn't show any of her in the playthrough. Nidhögg. I didn't show that in the playthrough either. Jormungand. I really like the art. It's just really nice. Loki, you know, classic Loki. Who else is in here? Fenrir is a beast. That wolf that's just terrible. I like the cards. They're really nice. The bags are fun. It's an interesting bag. Like, it doesn't have like a drawstring or anything, but again, you're just putting shits in there and you need to be able to reach in and reach out. So these 4 bags are pretty nice. Kind of weird, but nice. The die is chunky. It's got different colors, axe numbers, which you never saw in the playthrough because I kept rolling blanks. All the classic weapons to fight each of the monsters. So you got Mjolnir, Thor's hammer. It doesn't have to be wielded by Thor. You got this awesome sword to fight Loki. The chains for Fenrir and level 1, 2, and 3. Again, nice quality cards. No issues there. The player mats are fine. They're kind of big. It could just be a card because all you really care about is this down here. The player ability, just art. I mean, I'm not complaining because you can store all your stuff on it, but it could just be a little card with this, and then you keep stuff on the table. But they're nice, not great quality, but fine. The tokens are really good quality cardboard, pretty thick. They're not getting shuffled around a lot, other than the Fire Giants and the Vikings in the bag. But even then, it's not too bad. Yeah, the components are pretty good. The board is fantastic. I'm not gonna pick it off of the table. You can check it out in the video. The playthrough if you want to, but it's really nice art on the board. It's all based around the Yggdrasil tree, which is fantastic. So yeah, components are pretty good. The rulebook is in a bunch of different languages, but it spells out everything really clearly. Puts a game flow on the front, which is awesome. Tells you what all the gods' powers do, what all the evil forces' abilities are. Lays out like a couple example turns. It's fantastic. Everything about this game, component-wise, I like, except for maybe these are too big and the bag is weird, but other than that, I like it. So let's move on to components and talk about what we think about the game. All right, so we played Yggdrasil Chronicles, which is the second edition of this first. And it's the one that's got the 3D tree, and it kind of takes this and tweaks it into a more modern game. And it was awesome. It was fun. But my friend had this one as well, and he was moving, selling some games. I was like, hey, I want both those Yggdrasil games because I want to try the first one to see how it compares to the second one. And for my money, this first one's where it's at. Yeah, the 3D tree is fantastic, and I'll do a video on that at some point probably. But this one is just, it feels more classic, old school Euro game to me, where you got chits you're pulling out of a bag, you're moving stuff up on tracks, you're rolling a die for some combat, you're trying to just make the best of a terrible situation so you can win. The new game is based, it's these similar actions, but the way you do it's a little bit different. It's kind of a bit more convoluted. This is, hey, there's 7 actions on the board, pick 3 of them or 4 of them to do, and then hopefully fight a bad guy so you can move them back so you don't lose, because you got to just live, you got to stay alive, you got to live through Ragnarok. If you can do that, you win. And I think this is great. I'm not even huge into cooperative games, but I've been playing all these new ones that I've never played before, and I'm just super into it. Like, there's so many good classic cooperative game designs that just feel fresh and fun, and I think this one is fresh and fun. Yeah, it's old. Yes, it has a theme that has been overdone now. But when this came out, whenever this did come out, what year does it have on it? Does it say? 2011, so you're looking at 12 years ago. Not a lot of Viking games, so this would have been a breath of fresh air, and it's a fantastic game. Now, if you can't find this because it is out of print and you don't want to pay the extra cost for getting it on the secondhand market, you can look for Yggdrasil Chronicles. It has the same vibe. You're still doing some of these similar actions. It has way nicer components, fantastic production. I mean, the production blows this one away, but I think the gameplay in this one is better. But either way, if you can't get this one, check that one out. It'll give you the same vibe. Still cooperative. You're still trying to just stay alive. But there are scenarios in that one to kind of jazz it up a little bit, because this is going to be played the same way every time. You'll have some different characters you can play. The cards are going to come out different. One thing I didn't talk about is there's some different cards of these cards here to make it a little bit harder, like 10 extra ones. So you can increase the difficulty if you want, if you're a masochist. But otherwise, yeah, for my money, this is the game that you should get. So I'm going to give this a BGM Accept the Seal. This is going to get an 8 out of 10 on BGG, which is a 4 out of 5 wrenches on our arbitrary wrench scale. That means absolutely nothing, but we like to give the games that we enjoy, and that's what we're going to do. So that is Yggdrasil from Ludonaut and Z-Man. I'm Jason with the Boardgame Mechanics, and as always, keep gaming.